Today, we're celebrating 15 years of me starting TD Tom Davies, but also 2 days ago I started manufacturing glasses in London for the first time. Today I've got 600 people coming to celebrate with me the 15 years and the opening of the factories. That is a little bit mind-blowing actually, but very exciting. I decided to start a factory in London 15 years ago. I'm just afraid to say I've only just got there. It's not a new idea, it's not a consequence of Brexit or anything like that. This is something I've always wanted to do. This is one of the things that allows me to make frames in Britain, because it's very, very clever. Yeah. A lot of the calculations...
Very accurate.
It's not so much, the accuracy is in the machine anyway, but what this allows, if you want to set a machine like this up for normal production, you need about 4 hours. I developed some cloud-based manufacturing systems that can program this in 10 minutes. So you can make one frame with a setup with 10 minutes, and then basically the difference in price between a mass production one and a one-off, a bespoke, is 10 minutes. And so that's what makes this, that's what makes this whole thing possible. I love the idea that I'm training up a new generation of spectacle makers. Honestly, it's a funny thing this, I think 10 years ago, I would have been too threatened to have trained people up and to have done things with in the UK, because I'd be worried they'd go and work for someone else, or or I'd pass on too much knowledge. I don't feel that threat anymore, and so it's actually a real honour and a privilege to pioneer something like this. There isn't really any of this going on, and so the idea that I've used to see some of my apprentices, these young lads are in their early 20s who have come through these apprenticeships, and they're hungry and they're keen. That makes the whole thing so much more rewarding and pleasurable. 15 years ago, it was just me. I've got about 220 people work for me now. It's absolutely bonkers. It's been a real fast growth in the last 3 or 4 years. I think it's partly to do with the customization aspect becoming more mainstream, becoming more desirable. Other competitors coming to the market have really helped me, because I've been doing it so long. I've kind of got this sort of a level of ability that's above others, so they're sort of coming and pushing me up. I'm growing pretty fast actually, and that's a little bit exciting and frightening, but the growth is going to come from here. This is the Elf's Grotto. I like to keep an elf grotto on standby in case any elves come by. This is normally going to be our warehouse, so we can fit about £1 million worth of stock in here, but since I've only just opened, I decided it would make a very nice elf grotto. I was very naive when I started. I think I was 28 when I started Tom Davies. I had really no idea about business at all. I mean, I really had no idea. I started designing glasses for other brands. So I was doing a sports collection for Puma at the time, and I tagged onto the back of the order some Tom Davies frames. I just made 5 pieces, and I designed this frame. It was totally different to these sporty frames, but I designed this frame. The manufacturer graciously agreed to make them for me. And I took them to this local optician. I said, could you sort of put these on the shelf? I just want to know if anyone would actually buy a Tom Davies frame. Just if you can see what the reaction is, and let me know. I went back a week later expecting them to sort of say, oh yeah, a couple of people tried them on, they quite like them, whatever. I said, yeah, we sold all those. What? Sold them all, yeah, can I have some more please? Well, that was it. I was off, so I decided that's just what I'm going to do. I decided to launch Tom Davies, and I launched it with no business acumen. I remortgaged my dad's house. I took out a massive loan from HSBC, and I bought loads of stock. And I thought, off we go. And it's all going to sell just like those first 5 pieces did. And of course it doesn't. You sell the first 10, 15%, and then you're stuck with a load of stock that nobody wants. And it's like, oh my God, I'm going bankrupt, and I muddled through, and I've been muddling through for 15 years, but I'm slightly better at the muddly part now. Nothing can prepare you for it, nothing can prepare you for running and managing your own business. You've just got to get on and do it. So I think I'm probably fighting the same battles that I was 15 years ago. They're the same ones. It's the same sort of stress, the same rewards, the same excitement. But experience helps, and it compounds, and you grow bit by bit. And as long as you don't go bankrupt on the process, you're probably okay. These are tumbling and polishing machines. Again, these machines would look very similar in many other factories, but if you put 300 individual frames there, you'd never know who frame belongs to Mrs. Jones. You'd never know. So these are actually individual doors. There's the little mini compartments. So again, just modified for bespoke production. I have a 5-year plan, and that's basically it. You know, just 5 years. That's where I want to get to. I want to grow this business up. I want it to be a very big business. I don't want it to be like an exclusive thing where people, you know, it's like too expensive. And hopefully the next 5 years will see me getting closer to that goal. But in another 10 years after that, I might be even closer to that goal. So I'm not in any rush. I'm absolutely loving it. It's having the time of my life.